This is Skirmishly Live.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to SL Live, the playoff edition. Right now, I got a couple new guests and a couple returning ones. I got Mecca here. You want to say something to the peeps?
Hello, fans.
I also have returning guest and Eric.
Kaka.
And then the new guest we have this week is the man, the myth, the legend himself, the Bird.
They're not paying me enough to do this.
Well, I'm not paying him anything to do this. Let's get that out in the air. Basically, what we're going to talk about this week, guys, is how the games went down, and then we're getting to the playoffs and a little bit of prediction stuff from that. So, since Eric, you didn't play in that, since you were one of the winning captain in the match for your squad versus New Hope, kind of take us what happened. What was your guys' game plan, and just basically how'd you pull that win off?
Well, pretty much Fosso led, which was nice. And Jeff kind of co-led, calling shots on flank. And we just stuck close, and we were just able to focus fire really well. Mizas had some clutch kills. I mean, he went 10-2. Champion got loud in the face. And I think Mecca being spec'd for good, 10-15 minutes helped a lot. Infinite gave us 2 free kills. And then you have Pister medding and DP medding, which DP's not a bad medic, but Kippa should have been medding. Good meds will keep those good Marines alive, and they could have won it if that was the case. But Pister and DP eating laws, Pister going 1-5, DP going 3-5. So yeah, that was pretty much it. Just coming through in the clutch.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't show Zach there. I mean, I know he's a pretty big part of that squad. Bird, what'd you think of that matchup? Tell us what you saw from the spectator point of view.
Just a big camp fest for the entire game. Didn't really seem like anybody. It seemed both squads were a little cautious to make something happen, and I gotta say, Champ eating that law to Mizals, that was a newbie ass mistake. You don't go around that rock like that real close, and Miz just owned him the fuck up right then and there.
Miz did good. Miz played out of his mind.
Yeah, he was out of this world.
So let's give props to Miz for that. I thought he was gonna miss the law. If he doesn't hit that law, I think that battle is completely different.
It's different. It's completely different because they're coming around the corner. Miz dies, and then they turn on the other group.
And then they get sandwiched from the bottom, and it's all over.
All over. But it's a newbie mistake. It's a BB mistake. It's I'm just gonna push blindly in without being aware of my surroundings, or it's as what I think it's become now is an Uzo mistake. That's another story altogether.
We'll get on that.
We'll get there later on. So,
Mecca, what do you have to say about the match since you were the one that was playing in it?
Man, it was so fucking frustrating. I think that we probably could have pulled it off if I could play. I think I ended up playing like 12 to 15 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, what was the deal with you? Were you lagging a little bit, or what was going on there?
I don't know, man. Spectrum is fucking awful, so I don't know what's going on with my internet. I'm like not actually lagging, but I'll spike every once in a while. But yeah, between me lagging and having to play with Infinite, who's literally a minus. Like if there was wins over replacement, like in baseball and infantry, I'd probably be at like 300 right now. But and then Pister missed so many heals, caught so many laws. It was just, I don't know. And our leading was bad. I didn't want to play on that map because I think if we played on EC, we can cover up meds a lot easier on EC than you can on Apollos. Because EC, it's kind of hard to get lost snipe if you play correctly, whereas Apollos, bad meds just get eaten alive. So I wanted to play that too, but Kippa wasn't having it.
Okay, so Kippa had map choice then?
Kippa deferred to us.
We deferred.
And we chose Apollo's map.
Okay, see, I think, I kind of agreeing with Mech on there. I think if you guys would have taken it to EC, it's a lot easier to cover up some of your meds. Like Pister, who hasn't played in a long time, he had a lot of really bad deaths right off the bat, man. That hurts you guys pretty good. But you guys able to recover a lot by just being able to fall. So would you say like missing like Zach kind of hurt you guys? I know he didn't have the best game last week, but if he had been there, do you think that would have maybe been able to turn the game around?
I mean, yeah. Zach did have a bad game last week, but he's been playing like one of the top meds in the league. And I'm not just saying that because I like him and he's on my squad, but he's been really, really consistent throughout the entire season except last week. And him over Pister, just the amount you get there. And then maybe Pister can come in and play Marine when I get spec'd instead of Infinite, and that's another plus. So it was kind of just a perfect storm of shit. And we didn't play well enough to win either way. Whether who was in doesn't matter, but I don't know, just a combination of everything.
Okay. So you guys still take the number 1 seed, though. Am I correct in that? You guys just barely edged it out, right?
According to the standings right now, it looks like we're up by literally 0.1 rating. So I think that we should still get the number 1 seed. I know you're scared of playing Dave, so.
I mean, Dave's a monster. It's not so much Dave, though, that you got to worry about. It's that damn nose keeper. That guy. He
And
kills me
Soul,
every time.
maybe Soul will show because he hates you.
This is true, too, but it's Soul in the playoffs. I mean, what's he going to do, right? I mean, I'm not real worried about it.
Why in the playoffs? Like,
Oh,
we all know.
True.
We all know on Double Dragons, why is gonna
Well,
go
we're
like
gonna get
1 and 8
we're gonna
within
get we're
15
gonna get to
minutes.
this in a minute. I don't want to use up everything right now on these people. We still got another match to cover. By the way, I didn't do the score for the New Hope Glitter game. New Hope 27, Glitter 36. The MVP being Colossal. Top killers for that was Brillheart. For New Hope at 7-5, and for Glitter, Miz coming out and breaking the performance at 10-2. What was it like facing Miz, Mecca? Did he just have a really good game, or was he leeching? Did you notice his presence?
I honestly didn't fight Miz once in that game, so I can't tell you. I don't know where he was.
Okay.
Actually, I think he actually pushed me 1-4 when I killed R, and then R was claiming I lagged because I destroyed him, but I think that's the only time I saw him in the entire game.
Okay. Eric, that's one of the questions I wanted to ask you. What was the choice between playing Hop or R? Why did you guys decide to go with R versus why did you decide to go with Hop? Or not go with Hop?
Honestly, I kept my voice out of who should be in the lineup. I let Fausto choose, but Hop didn't show up until the lineup was already set. So I think we were thinking he was AFK. So that's why R got put in. And R's been doing good, at least during the week. He might not be like the top Marine, but he's very vocal, and he'll call out people to focus. So.
Okay. Bird, as a former squad captain, which one would you choose? Would you choose Hop or R, or would you go another direction if you had the choice, or what?
It would all depend on my options, but I think for myself, I would choose Hop over R.
Okay, because the spec chat was a little bit brutal on R. I mean, he did die. He did die quite a few times first, but he did save the game. It was bench R, and then R was a god all of a sudden.
I mean, it's kind of like choosing me over ER, but that's another story altogether. I would take Hop. I know Hop's play style a little bit better.
Okay.
But the thing is, with that type of game, though, I think R might have been the better choice because Hop is a little more aggressive. Or at least I feel he's more aggressive. So it might not have fit really into a game where people were kind of playing a cat and mouse. And this is ridiculous because I'm sitting here trying to not get raped.
By the way, guys, Big Bird is NTing for Raw Dogs while he's playing here, so letting y'all guys know. All right, we're going to move on to the next game, which was another playoff indicator. It was We Hate You Neg versus Pussy Grabbers. Pussy Grabbers put up 71 versus We Hate You Neg's 43. MVP was M4. Top killer for We Hate You Neg was Kevin at 10 and 11. And for Pussy Grabbers, it was M4 going 20 and 3. Eric, what do you have to say about that match? Did you catch it?
Yeah, I watched it. I'm just gonna say right now, the palm curse is real. And then who had map choice? Who chose KR?
They chose KR.
They chose KR. So I'm not. I know it's one of their favorite maps, but when you have such a strong Marine lineup that Pussy Grabbers has, minus the fact that they played Uzo and Uni at the start, that was just a mistake. I would have expected them to choose EC, more balanced, more opportunity. I mean, that's how they got their win against New Hope. I would have figured they would have stuck to that. But yeah, just for the first 15 minutes, it was kind of close. But again, that's because Uzo was doing his own fucking thing and getting caught out. But Judini going 1-10 just fucked them hard. And I mean, there's not much more that Kevin or Albert could have really done. Cybe's going 4-9. I mean, yeah, there's not much that Kevin Albert Killer could have done to carry Judini.
Mecca, what do you have to add? Do you have anything to add to that?
Man, I just don't get it. Like on We Hate You Nig, and it's still pretty controversial, but we gave them the tools to make playoffs, and they just kind of. I don't get it. Like, they're better when they're playing passive, and they always play passive against us. But then they play you guys, and they just try to fight you in the open with far inferior Marines. I don't get it. Like, what's the thought behind that? I'm just not sure if that's the right leading style, especially if they're picking KR and playing out in the open. It just doesn't make much sense to me.
You've ran squads that are similar to We Hate You Neg in like skill level versus facing one of the top squads in the league. What would you have done differently?
I sure as hell would not have gave you Kali on KR.
What would you have done differently? What map choice would have been better?
I mean, any, yeah. Like, I more than likely would have selected EC because I can make the map play in my favor on EC better than you can on either side, better than you can playing Titan on KR. That's just that, especially when you're outgunned, that's asking for trouble. There's only so much you can do, and really, in all honesty, without the boneheadedness of Neg and Uzo, that game is completely different.
Yeah, like the score was a little bit close at the 15-minute mark. It was really close. It was a really competitive game. And then Uzo got subbed after Albert set him up with a beautiful bait, or KW or whatever, set him up with a beautiful bait where Uzo runs into it, dies because he's doing his own thing. And then I subbed in, and then from that point, the game kind of got a little bit out of hand.
Exactly, but what you did is you took out incompetency and put incompetency, and I mean there were still problems. This was really sloppy from Pussy Grabber's standpoint, and they dropped the ball to be able to pick up the number 1 seed.
Yeah, and we'll get into like a little bit of the playoff stuff, but like I don't really understand the thought process behind We Hate You Neg. I thought they were going to play on EC the whole time. I really did. I was preparing all week for the EC map, which, in my opinion, probably would have worked out a lot better for them. KR.
Game would have been a lot closer.
Yeah, the KR is not a squad you want to go up with when you got, Marines that have been playing in the league for fucking years, and Raver and M4. Them guys have.
And it was interesting because they didn't even I think like Mecca said, they kept the battle wide open. They didn't try and dictate where the battle was or anything like that. It was just a bad choice.
Well, I think on KR, it's hard to dictate the battle from Titan. Like, literally,
exactly.
You have to play it like I played SFO versus Tank in Season 2.
You just have to run.
In order to do that. Yeah,
you have to run around.
And hide on stupid shit.
Exactly. You have to. I think Apollo's really good at it. It's hit and run, or lose one and just run and get the hell out of there as quick as you possibly can.
Do you think the guys? Go ahead, Mecca.
They like Lyric would go down, or one of their Marines would go down that dies first, and they would just stay. I don't get it.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
And you're in bad position. The Marines are already better than you. You lose one, fall. If you lose one falling, oh well, it's better than losing 6. Especially when the game was within 2-3 kills for 15 minutes.
I also watched them overcommit on some really bad angle pushes. Like I think one of them was Lyric and 2 other people pushing down Broken Bridge against M4 and maybe Apollo and just getting lit up. This was earlier in the game, but they had no medic and they were just getting streamed. And then they stayed, they kept chasing, and got caught off by respawn.
Yeah, overall, it was a really, really sloppy game from both sides. What would you guys say to We Hate You Neg for next season? Because there's going to be a next season. I'm pretty sure them guys are going to kind of stay around as the same core because it's what they've been doing for the past 6 seasons. But, I mean, this is the closest they've got to getting the playoffs. What words of encouragement or anything could you talk to them about?
Play to your strengths. Don't beat yourself.
Yep.
Okay.
That's
exactly
what they did.
Play. It's weird because they'll play a good squad like New Hope and play amazing and play to their strengths and keep around Pig and all that. and then they'll play you guys and start well, and then just like, fuck it, let's just go out in the open and die.
Do you think maybe New Hope losing today kind of demotivated them a little bit, got in their head a little bit?
I don't think it was that. I mean,
You think-
it was
I
that
think
at
it's the
all.
KR. I just don't understand picking KR.
I
Doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
Made no sense.
I wanted to call out my man Jerry. I expected big things. He put big things in last week, but this week he went 1-10. Maybe the moment was a little bit too big for him. I mean, Jerry's still learning.
I would have to say that Jerry was lagging, and Jerry never should have been put back in that game. I don't think he was still jumping all over the place, and that might have played a
I agree,
role
man.
in his game. Because I know Jerry's better than 1-10.
It took me threatening Dave to get back in, and Jerry gets right back in, even though he's still lagging. I was threatening bodily harm to Dave to get back in.
All right, then. We'll go ahead and go into next week's playoffs. You're going to have 1 versus 4. You're going to have Glitter versus New Hope again. And then you're going to have Rejects or Pussy Grabbers versus Rejects at the 2 and 3 seed. Bird, what are your previews on the Glitter versus Chuck?
Glitter better learn from their mistakes and make them pay.
What would you want them to do?
What would I do? I mean, I think once it matters, it's over. To be honest, like,
Give me a score.
score
Yeah, if you had to predict.
60-30 Glitter.
Okay. What map do you think they're going to choose?
I wouldn't see them choosing Apollo's map again. I would probably see them playing EC or KR.
Okay.
Because they could, if they're
Saying
playing
60
KR.
Hold on. You're saying 60-30 Glitter?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Over
wait,
New Hope?
Yeah, you think Glitter's going to beat New Hope?
I think I have this backwards. Whatever team lost today is going to come back and win next
yeah,
week.
that's New Hope.
Okay, New
Okay.
Hope.
Sorry, I apologize.
Yeah, that's the number 1 seed, New Hope.
Yeah,
Okay.
they should mop the floor with Glitter. No contest. But
Okay.
we'll see.
Why do you think that, though?
Why
Is it
do
just
because
Marine
they
strength?
yeah. I mean, I think when you put everything on the line, when it all matters, it's over.
All right. Mecca, what do you got to say? I mean, Big Bird seems to hold you guys as a pretty big favorite there, so.
No, I think Glitter can beat us. Honestly, I think it's 50-50 right now. If Glitter shows the right people, and I'm not talking about District, you guys should not play District. If you guys play District against us, it's over. We'll win 100%. And it's not that he's not a good player, just District versus Kippa's playing style is just not good.
Well, Eric, why was District not there today? Was he busy, or I noticed he wasn't there?
He said there was like a huge snowstorm or whatever, and you know he plows. So I don't know if
With his nose.
he was working or if his connection was just completely
With his
shit.
nose.
Okay.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
he was busy putting in work then.
Yeah.
Okay, so if he would have showed up today, would you have played him over R or maybe another Marine?
I texted Fausto after our scrims during the week, and I told him I didn't want to play District at all.
Okay.
Yep.
Just because I think he's in his own head right now for whatever reason, because he started off the season great, and last few games he's played, he's just been absolutely shit. He's been Uzo. He has been the squad's Uzo after we booted
Harsh.
Uzo.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it's interesting that you guys did kick Uzo. What was the reason behind that? Why'd you kick him?
I mean, kind of hard not to notice what he did today in a Sunday match. So that's pretty much why we booted him. He does his own fucking thing. At least District will listen to a point, but Uzo would still fucking do his own thing, not listen, and go off and die.
Mecca, what do you got to say?
I
Or go ahead,
can't,
Bird.
come on. So I just want to say Uzo is one of the most cancerous people I've ever met on this game. And
We'll get into that in a minute, though, Bird. I'll go ahead and ask you about that. Remind me of that thought right there. Let me get
Oh, thank
Mecca's
you.
thoughts on this match, on
I-
his match versus Rejects or Glitter.
I think it does depend on the map. Right now that everybody thinks that we're like this huge favorite in every match, but I don't get why you say that. It's literally me, Champ, and no other good Marines are on. We're like, we're patching in Marines as meds and meds as Marines, and I think they could beat us on a good day, depending on the map. Kipple will play better and he'll lead better, but it just depends on who we show too. If we don't show the right people, then they can win, no matter who's leading for us.
Okay, yeah, like definitely you guys are missing Gift. I mean, he needs to come back for you guys. Sam is also missing. I mean, that's 2 real heavy hitters in your salary cap too. That you guys could have picked up some maybe mid-tier players. If they're not going to show in the playoffs, you guys might be in trouble.
Oh,
I mean, if any indication of today, I mean, you guys got to play a lineup similar to that, you know, and if Mecha lags out again or, you know, ESO lags out, somebody else lags, and you guys got to put Infinite in, I mean, you guys are in trouble. That guy came in and, like, gave up 3 quick deaths in, like, 5 minutes. I don't even know how the hell that was possible. I mean, he's trying, I guess, or is he trying, Mecha?
No,
you're
he's
in the squad
trolling.
with. Why would he troll his old squad? I mean, I don't get it.
Because it's infinite.
Yeah.
There's no other
The game is
explanation.
filmed from our spec chat and listening to our event again too.
Okay. I mean, yeah, he's been a good ref for the last 3 seasons, though, so I don't really understand. I think he tries. I mean, I think he's trying, but, you know, maybe he just
He's
needs
just
a little
not
bit more.
really a good player. That's just it. I don't think he intentionally trolls when he's videotaping because he thinks he might have to actually play. Like today, he actually did have to play, but he's just not a good player.
I mean, I think if he just like practiced a little bit, maybe changed up his keys a little bit, then he would
I'm pretty sure
do
he's
better.
still alt strafes.
Okay. I mean, change up them keys, Infinite. I want to see you strafe a little bit, but you know, get the Uzo C flank going. So I'm gonna go ahead and give my opinions on this match real quick. I think it's gonna be a really close match. I think they're gonna end up playing on EC, and I think the score will be relatively close. I'm gonna say like 24-23, with New Hope edging it out by Mecha getting a clutch log kill in the south.
Nah, I'm gonna ride the high horse on this one.
Okay.
Especially if they play the same lineup they played today. I don't think Gift will show. Sam will probably show because it's playoffs, and Kippa will get him to show up. So you won't have to worry about Infinite coming in. So that'll definitely make it a little more challenging. And Kippa should go back to medding. If anything, preserve the skill that he has with medics. If Zach shows as well, that's perfect. So I think it'll still be close. And I think if it's EC, I think we'll be able to actually handle it a little bit better, especially if Ninja shows up. So I think it'll still be a low-scoring game, pretty much like it was tonight. 30-27 Glitter.
Okay, Mecha, give us a prediction score.
Predicate shows in what map it is, but right map, and if we show TG or Ninja, one of the two, I think we win by 15. A game than that. Glitter's just gonna push us at the end to get some kills to try to win, but I think it'll be a pretty close game no matter what map, just because we're so sure-handed.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and talk about the next playoff match. We're gonna have Pussy Grabbers taking the 2 seed versus Rejects. Eric, I'm gonna have you start off on that. What do you think is gonna happen in that match? What map are they gonna pick? And what do you think overall the flow of the battle gonna be?
I think you guys are gonna choose Apollo's map. You guys do have the number 2 seed. So I don't think Dave's all that good on Apollo's map. He prefers EC, so that'll be a plus for you guys. Regardless of side, I think it's pretty even. Some people say left side has an advantage. I personally like playing from the right. But in this instance, you're going to put in Y, who is notorious for choking in playoffs. The only reason he has champs is because he's been carried hard by better players that Rejects doesn't have. Dave chokes in the playoffs as well. Soul chokes in the playoffs. So they're really going to rely on Nosekeeper to carry all that and Leo. And I just don't see it happening. You've got yourself, M4, ER, you know, all you 3 have won numerous championship matches, and you know, don't switch your play style or mentality when it's playoffs versus regular season.
Well, I mean, I think you're leaving out probably, you know, the guy that's probably one of the best Marines in the game, Soft. I mean.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
And then you got Shaz too.
Shaz sucks.
Whoa, I like that.
Shaz is terrible. He took so many bad deaths today. I don't know if he didn't get enough sleep or what, but Shaz should go back to medding.
That was
Nick's
fault.
Terrible Marine.
No.
I think he's overrated. I do.
Okay.
What I heard, because I jumped on your guys' mumble in the match tonight, and too many people are trying to lead, and I think it should honestly come down to you leading and Sov micromanaging like he likes to do, and it'll be a cleaner win than what you guys had tonight. So Sov is definitely a beast. Whether he meds or marines, obviously he's gonna marine. So yeah, I don't know how I overlooked Sov, but yeah.
Okay, Mecca, what do you think? Give us a score prediction. You didn't give us a score, Eric.
My bad. I think it'll probably be 60-40, around that range.
Okay. Mecca, go ahead and give us a little bit of what do you think while the flows of battle, what map's going to be in, and give us a score too.
So first round of playoffs isn't duels, right? It's just
Yeah, it's just
right?
2 versus
Yeah.
3.
Okay. So you guys will get the map choice. You'll probably defer. They'll probably pick EC or something, or maybe Apollo's map. They're pretty good on Apollo's map. Well, I think if Soul shows, they'll pick Apollo's map because Soul is the best Marine in the game on Apollo's map. I mean, he's up there any map, but Apollo's map, he's just unbeatable. He's really good on that map. And if Soul shows and it's Apollo's map, I think Rejects edge you out a little bit. If they show Soul and Nos and then the regular guys, I think they beat you by a little bit. But I wouldn't be surprised either way. I think it's going to be 42-37 Rejects.
Okay. Bird, what do you think that match is going to go?
Well, it depends on who you play. If you get stuck having to play the likes of -0 and Uzo, you guys are going to go home like the Washington Capitals in the playoffs, dominate the regular season, and go home early. But I don't think that's going to happen. Man U's going to be there. Then you're going to have Raver's going to play a full game. You're going to play a full game. You're not going to have some of the dead weight that's around. Hopefully you don't have issues with CC lagging. I have to disagree that Dave doesn't like leading on the Apollo map because I played with Dave in a season for the Apollo map.
Said he did.
He did pretty damn well.
I said he did like leading Apollo map.
No, Eric said he did.
Oh,
No,
sorry.
Leo's gonna lead, if anything. I think
But
Dave
he-
chokes on Apollo's map.
I'd have to disagree with that. I've played with him on Apollo's map, and I would say he's one of the better leaders on that map. But regardless, it's gonna be a really tight match. It all depends on who shows up for. If Soul and shows up, you're looking at adding like Mecca said, one of the best Marines in the game. So
to add on that point really quickly, Dave did lose the Bronzy Bears on Apollo's map in the
he
championship
did,
game. So
he
season
did,
4.
but they didn't have Sav in that game, and the meds were not right. For that final championship match, and I think if because Sav really helps a lot when micromanaging a battle and really communicating well, and if he's there, it does play a huge difference, and I think that was the biggest deal because I think the meds for that were like they weren't the normal meds for
Yeah, it was like
for us
Jane
that-
and Noir, I think.
Oh my God, Dracolich was playing
Yeah, it was
that
Draco
game,
and
so
Noir.
it was
Noir.
really bad. It is what it is. Bronzy Bears probably was going to win that season anyway, but I'd like
You
to
mean
see.
after Snakes got
Please, let's not get off topic.
Yeah,
here.
all right. So, to be honest, I really think Rejects will win that game. Or I mean, Pussy Grabbers will win.
Give me a score, Bird.
If they show up, I'm gonna go 45-38.
What map do you
and,
think is going to be played?
I would say EC because I think that's your strongest map,
Okay. Sounds good.
and
then.
I think you can utilize both sides of the map well, and I think you can hold better on that map. But I think they're both very similar. But I would see taking EC.
Okay, now I do agree with you. It does matter. It does depend on what lineup for Pussy Grabbers does show. I mean, previous segment you talked about Uzo being a squad cancer. You guys want to talk a little bit about that, Bird? You seem to have some history with him.
I just don't like somebody that doesn't know how to adapt to everyone else around you. You're not the leader, and you need to just stop doing your own thing or what you think is right, and And it was case in point today. He kept trying to do whatever he wanted to do. And if he would just shut his mouth and actually just play the game, and like ER said, be aware of the battle, he's actually not that bad. But I think he's so wet brain or a crack baby that he is just incapable of actually comprehending what's going on in the game.
So what
Okay.
you'd say is that he needs to read the battle?
Basically, I mean, more than anything.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and defend Uzo a little bit here. I mean, towards the first half of the season, him and Uni were both, top 10 Marines. They were doing relatively well. They kept pussy grabbers in the playoff hunt until me and Sov came down there, and them guys.
No, the people that are keeping Raver was keeping them in the hunt. Raver and M4 are keeping them in the hunt. Uni and Uzo are complementary. I would say if you remove Uni or if you remove M4 and ER, do you have the same results?
That's a good point. I mean, but Uzo did put up a lot of numbers early on in the season, and then it seems like he may have the Iceman curse coming on.
Oh, the curse of the Iceman.
Yeah,
Well,
where
I
he's
mean,
where he's a preseason god, wrecking everybody, and the season starts. Boom, you have 1 in 10 Iceman.
yeah. Hey, look, I know all about that Iceman.
All right then. And who do you guys just real quick have winning the whole thing? Who do you think takes home the season championship this year? Mecca, who do you think?
I'll take rejects.
Okay. Eric?
I'll take pussy grabbers.
All right. And Bird.
I gotta go with the winner of the Pussy Grabbers. Your match.
Wow, I'm kind
Yes,
of
we
shocked that nobody is picking New Hope to win.
No, I'm not picking us for fuck that.
Okay. I mean, I think if Sam shows up, you guys are a different squad and you guys look
Oh
strong.
yeah. I mean, if Sam shows up, we have a chance. But
So, all right. So we got Pussy Grabbers winning, or Rejects are pretty much the consensus winner of that game winning. Then, what do you guys want to see next season, if anything, real quick? What do you want to see next season, Mecca?
I don't know. I'd like to see. I think Albert mentioned it in the pre-show. I'll quote unquote. 6 solid squads, like 6 semi-competitive squads. Like, I'm sick of fucking playing, and I get it. I love that the new guys are playing with Raw Dogs. So I wish just new squads would have to play new players or something like that, so we don't get stuck with another Raw Dog situation.
Okay, Eric, what do you got? What do you want to
I
see?
agree. The whole competitive 6 squad thing, but you also got to see some people break the mold and stop going for the immediate stack. And I don't. This late in the game, and it's been happening for so long, I don't see people changing their ways unless it's forced. You know what I mean?
I mean, people just want to play with their friends, man.
Yeah, exactly. And I at this point, I don't blame them. But that's how you're gonna get competitive squads, is if there's a way to fucking
Break up everybody, pretty much.
yeah, not everybody, but few people. You know what I mean? At least the active good players. Who cares about the inactives?
Okay.
And also, if we're gonna go into new classes, make it a mandatory class that somebody has to play. You know what I mean? Like a mandatory AT for each team.
I don't like that idea. I don't think forcing anything on people is good. I think letting them experiment, giving people more options is always good. But I never want to force somebody to do something. I always want that creativity to be there.
We like tweak a map so it's more advantageous to play Ripper or something. Would be more for that than forcing.
Okay. Bird, what I know you don't play a whole lot, but would you make a comeback next season if they made some changes? What would get you to come back?
I don't really know what would get me to come back, but I know you guys are talking about 6 competitive squads, but I mean, that's almost impossible. It always seems like there's 5 decent squads that all have the chance to make the playoffs, and there's always the one that gets stuck, and there's, you can't force people to go play with other players because then it's not going to be fun, and it's really not going to be competitive at all because people are going to quit. Because I mean, would you want to play in a squad with AYB, Mike C, and Kumo? Like, no. The answer is no.
Okay.
Well, that's exactly the problem. With as many smart people we have in, I mean, I know we have a lot of fucking idiots on infantry as well, but there's a lot of smart.
You
Figure
kind
out
of
a
cut
way
out,
to.
Mecca.
I'm sorry. There's no way we can't figure out a way with all the smart and dumb people together to figure out how we can get 6 good squads.
Yeah, I mean, I
Well,
think
you
I
could-
think it's possible.
You could I think the biggest thing is okay, so these guys that are on Raw Dogs, they're all horrible, but they're all new, it seems, or they just don't know how to play. So really what needs to happen is almost you can break up the squads, break them down a little bit from what they are now, and then sprinkle those guys into other squads so that they learn how to play properly.
Yeah, but that's almost a
and
problem
grow.
too. Like when Yosh stole Nosekeeper out of AYB's squad, and it crumbled the squad.
Oh yeah, I mean, but that's part of the game too. And there becomes a point in time, and this game is not built for squads to stay around for long periods of time. It's just not in the cards right now. There is no new beginning. There is no Semper Fi. There is no system error. It just doesn't work. But what I would like to, I think that what you guys did with having a really long season was good. Having like two go-throughs pretty much seemed to be really good. At least that's what I thought you guys did. I don't know. I would probably come back and play if there's actual SBs and with people I enjoy playing with.
Okay.
But I think that's what everybody wants.
Yeah, I
but-
mean, everybody. Well, I think the problem is twofold. I think everybody wants to win first off, and everybody wants to
Of
play with
course.
their friends. Now, a lot of people's friends just happen to be good players. I mean, and that kind of imbalances things a little bit. I think the best solution to this is to have, like you guys are saying, 6 squads. Start off with a core with 2 people per, and then draft it out and go from there. And if people don't play, I mean, just see how it works for a season. You know.
I just don't know if you could really do the draft.
No, Jeff's not gonna work.
It just wouldn't work because
0%
what
chance.
happens if so one squad just gets a really good draft and another one looked like it got a really good draft, but then nobody starts to show up.
Yeah,
Right.
and that's
That's
the
what
problem.
happened in SL.
Yeah.
So how do we fix or solve this, or can we fix and solve it? Like, what's the issue? Or
I mean,
how
I'll
do we fix
tell you what. It seems like the squads are pretty diverse. You look at, I mean, you've got the basic people that stay together. You know, Albert and Palm. You know, I don't know. Dave's got his group. Yosh, you have your group. Darth has his group. But Darth doesn't really play anymore. But just, you know what I'm saying? Like there are still the groups, but it seems like the contingency players are a little more spread out this time, or the complementary players are a little more spread out this time.
Okay.
I think the league is the most successful when people who have been running squads for years all have a squad instead of all on the same squad. I mean, I think we just gotta somehow incentivize that.
Okay.
And Etsy's around, and Sneaks is around, and
I
then you
wouldn't-
also have Bronzy Bears and Rejects and Kippas, like all 5 of those people together. That's what we need.
yeah, and I wouldn't create a squad if my
Well,
life
Big Bird,
depended.
you heard it here first, boys. Big Bird Lifers
Nope.
V2 is coming back.
Nope.
He's bringing it back.
I was very.
Unineg and Yuzo.
Nope.
I hear
Wet
it's gonna
Brain
happen this
1
season.
and Wet Brain 2. No, thank you.
I've heard there's been talks in the works that Uni, Uzo, and Neg are gonna make a squad next season and show everybody how good they are.
I think that would be amazing.
I want to see it happen too.
They could call it Short Bus.
They'll probably recruit Jokers Are Wild as well.
Yeah, for sure.
You can call it Drunken Lullabies. But no, I wouldn't want to see Uni have to go through that.
All right then. So pretty much we just want 6 competitive squads if it's possible. Any feedback for the admins or anything else you guys want to mention?
Big,
Becca, you got
up
anything?
big ups to Infinite for refing like every match, and Eric and Jeff too.
Yeah, I mean, I want to.
The league would be literally nothing without those guys. So
Yeah, I want to shout out the staff. I mean, it's the same guys every week refing. I mean, we need some new people that are on the game that's willing to step up and ref. I mean, I've put in a couple seasons reffing. I know Bert has as well. Eric obviously has. I think Mecca has as well. We want to see some of these other guys step up and ref a little bit because we can't just have the same people doing it season after season. Anything else you want to shout out, Mecca? You want to shout out anybody? You want to call anybody out? This is your chance. This is the open
Nah.
mic for you. Sounds good. Eric, what do you got, brother? Last
Uh,
thoughts.
Yeah, no, I want to thank Infinite for holding the staff together for the last 2 seasons now. He's done a great job refing, and I mean I've offered to take a few ref games from him, and he's like, nah, man, I got it. So I mean, most of the time he just wants to ref, and I think that kind of infringes on him being able to play a little bit.
Okay.
So I do hope some more people will step up. I doubt it'll happen, but it would be nice so he can get a break.
That's funny. Him reffing infringing on him playing.
Bert,
would
what
be
do you
nice,
got to say?
I mean, I
Ref the
understand.
game too.
Yeah, I mean, there should be more people reffing the game. I remember there when I was in Dave's squad that season when we lost to Bronzy Bears, I had to come and ref our matches because no one else would. And there's no one else on. It is a problem. I think that they have to be selective on who they're going to let ref too, because there was. I know I ended up
No
losing
Coolmo.
because of certain people. No Coolmo. No Chaos Blade.
I mean, but
just-
in the same right, who would have thought Infinite would have been holding the fucking league together for
That's
2
great,
seasons
but
now?
you know what? And that's great. And he got his chance, but they gave Kumo and fucking Chaos Blade's an idiot anyway. But that's another story altogether.
All right.
But I think some people need to step up. There's plenty of people just sitting there in spec watching the damn games anyway to just put USL and ref next to their name and make sure that the games go right.
Okay.
It's not that hard.
Last thing I
It's
want to.
so much easier now too, especially because the stats
The
themselves.
stats are
save
auto
automatically.
saved. Yes, you don't have to do anything but hit some
Start the game.
macros.
Yeah.
That's it.
We should broadcast or like advertise that. So I feel like a lot of people don't actually know that. So
Yeah.
maybe
I
some
mean,
more
well,
people would ref.
boom. The one thing real quick that I want to get through that we didn't talk about yet: awards. Who do you think is going to get the best Marine, best medic? Those are really the only ones anyone really cares about. Mecca, give me your best Marine, best medic for this season, and then we'll end it
M4's
with that.
M4. I think
You
if there's
cut-
any other way that M4 is gonna win best Marine because his kills are insane and TG quit, so he lucked out there. But best med, I don't know. I thought Tretch for a while, but I don't know. If
Okay.
I think Tretch is still leading the league in QPR or whatever the fuck they call it.
Yeah. Okay. So you got Zach and M4 winning Marine and Med awards.
Yeah.
Okay. Eric, who do you got?
Yeah, it's a definite lock for M4 on the top Marines. He's got 20 kills over Gift. Unless they do kills per game, then Gift has him edged out by 0.3, and I think he's missed 2 games now.
Yep.
Yeah,
So-
and he missed the most important games, though. I don't think you
Yeah.
can give him.
So
Best Marine.
it's a very possible chance that TG could win it, but I still think M4 has it. As for the medic, honestly, it would either be Treacherous or I'm impressed, and this is a little biased because he's on my squad, but Dr. Nick has played some phenomenal games as medic, minus
Okay.
the law he ate today. But other than that, he's been pretty good. But I give it to Tretch.
Okay. So you got M4 and Tretch as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Bird, who do you got for top Marine, top Med?
I'll be honest. I really don't know much to go along, so I'll just agree with whatever they said. Fem4's got the most kills in the league, and he's probably that's probably him.
Oh,
Okay.
we needed
What'd you say, Mecca?
support player too. I think that probably goes to Dave because Dave's played like half his games as Marine and Med because I think they award that every season, don't they?
Yeah, the support Marine or support
Dave.
player. Okay, so you
That's-
think Dave gets it for being
Yeah,
doing
because he
both?
plays Marine and Med and leads half games. I think that, and then Infinite best staff.
Okay. Eric, who do you think gets the best support Marine and obviously the staff award?
Staff Award definitely Infinite. That's a given. Best support. I never really noted or knew how they chose because Fausto won it somehow, and then Gift has won it a few times, even though he's been like a top killer. So I don't really know how they choose for support. So my guess would be probably Dave's gonna snake it for himself.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put my thoughts. The guy that I've been impressed this season from in the medic standpoint is CC. He didn't play all last season. I mean, he came in and played, and he's coming in outstanding. I think he's a pretty big medic for pussy grabbers. Without CC, I don't think we're as strong. As for Marine, M4 has the most kills in the league, but I think Leo's done a really good job this season. I mean, he's leading and he's got 99 kills and 53 deaths. I mean, that's...
Yeah, but is M4 leading too? Like half the matches?
Yeah, M4 is leading as well. So you got the leader stepping up in the previous seasons that, sometimes, especially somebody like me, I can't lead and kill. I can't do that to save
Same.
my life.
Can't do it at all.
So, big props to them guys to have that. So with that, I want to go and thank you guys for coming on SL Live. Bert, thank you for coming on and contributing. With that, I'd like to wish you guys a good weekend and take care.
Lose those cancer.